Hello, and thanks for joining with your curiosity. My name is Pablo, and I work with the Red Cross Red Crescent Climate Center. What we have here is at the same time art and science. This combines hydropower and humanitarian work. We are calling this Go with the Flow, a flood risk data sculpture. What it represents is for the year 2015, 2014, 2013, all the way to 2005, from January 1st to December 31st, how much water was coming down a river in West Africa called the Mono River in the country of Togo. In transparent white line, you can see the water that was coming from upstream of the hydropower dam called Nangbéto. And what was coming from upstream would continue going downstream if there were no dam. But the dam is there to hold water, pile it up into its reservoir, create hydropower flowing through the turbines, and, if possible, prevent flooding downstream as well. Of course, sometimes what happens is that when a lot of water is coming from upstream, the reservoir is relatively empty and the flood is absorbed. The wall stops that flood. So we're grateful that in many periods, you can see that the duration of the flood would have been much bigger. And eventually, if the water coming is too much and they can no longer stop it, the flood keeps going downstream and it manifests as a peak shown in blue. The blue is what keeps going downstream. The flood peak can be reduced in its duration, but when it happens, and it can happen fast. You may be a lady doing the laundry on the river or a child fishing, and when the dam can no longer hold that water and has to let water go, then it's an abrupt change from not much water in blue to a lot of water in blue. So, in particular, I want to focus on the year 2010. Here you can see that there would have been substantial flooding, but it was only here that the level shot up. This was the year 2010, and it was the beginning of the peak flood was in late September. Unfortunately, because of the way systems work today, the international aid that arrived into Togo to help with this flood that affected tens of thousands only got to Togo, actually only was sent from Europe to Togo on October 28. We are working with many partners, including the Togo Red Cross, the Togo National Government, the National Platform for DRR, the German Red Cross, Code for Resilience, a program of the World Bank, GFDRR, and my team, Red Cross Red Crescent Climate Center, and partners. We are working to take advantage of a great opportunity, which is to anticipate what is coming from upstream. If we know the rains, we can predict how much water is coming, and we can trigger funding to create actions that can reduce the losses. If we know before the flood that the flood is coming, we can inform people, we can send items to help people drink safe water, to protect their valuables. And this, according to our new model, which we're calling FUNES, could have happened 36 days before the day that the money was sent. We're calling this forecast-based financing. In the case of Togo, it is crucial that all these humanitarian and government partners are collaborating with the Nangbéto Hydropower Dam, a member of CEB, which is giving us all the data, is offering all their stuff. They are learning the tools. FUNES takes information, sends the message to people who can make decisions, and in the process we can save lives and we can make better use of the money available to the humanitarian sector, which, as you can imagine, is more and more precious because changing conditions, a changing climate, changing population dynamics, and so on, are making it much harder for us to serve communities at risk. So, with this work of art, we're hoping to engage the curiosity of people who may be intrigued by a beautiful but confusing object, which is as rich and complex as the world we live in. We are very grateful for your time, and if you want to learn more about forecast-based financing, you can check our website, www.climatecenter.org. And I hope you get to see this one face to face. It's a beautiful object. Thanks very much.